Welcome to the Tech Sector. Today we are building this insane desk PC with all of these random GPUs. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. I'm just kidding. We're actually just building a normal bland PC. But the idea is now in my head. I now need to build this. If you guys want to see something like that, let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, we're going to be building this basic PC for one of my friends. He wants to mine, game, and edit, but he wants to have the ability to build into a rig like this later on. So we're going to be using a Corsair 750 watt gold plus power supply, an Intel Xeon E5 2570. That's on the LGA 2011 socket, the first one, not V3. We've got 16 gigs of DDR3 ECC RAM, and we've got an HP server motherboard. He's going to be rocking the stock cooler for now, but we'll upgrade to liquid later on. We've got an EVGA FTW edition. I absolutely love these cards. An SSD from Sandisk as the boot drive. We need an 18-pin connector, 18-pin to 24-pin, so we can adapt that connector from the motherboard onto the normal ATX power supply. And a Master Box Lite 5 from Cooler Master. These are absolutely gorgeous case for the money. Great budget case. So let's just hop straight into a time lapse, and then we're gonna go over some mining hash rates. So I've got the PlayStation Challenge set up, I've got the PC set up, and we've got Project Car set up at 4K on high settings. So let's see how this system does. Alright, so I've got the PC set up over here, my little workstation area. We're right now testing Equihash on the DSTM miner. It's putting out just around 525 to 530 Sol. It's outputting just around 69 degrees Celsius and doing just around 4 Sol per watt. Our power settings are 73 on power, 170 on core, and 700 on memory. This system is using just about 230 watts, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and load up Ethash and NiceHash next. Alright, so on the Ethash algo using the Claymore dual miner, we are sitting at just around 32 megahash, as you can see. On layer 2, we're doing just around 46.6 megahash. Alright, so I've been mining on the CPU now using NiceHash. On the Cryptonight algorithm, doing just around 385 hash, making just about 28 cents a day. Temperatures are in the high 50s, which is pretty good considering the stock cooler, but the CPU is not being pinned at 100% like I was expecting it would be, and it's only sitting at 3 gigahertz. So there's a lot more headroom on this specific CPU, but you've got to keep in mind this is a stock OEM type of motherboard, so there's no overclocking settings available on it right now. The power usage, let's see what the power usage is like. 163 watts. I know the system at idle uses just about 70 watts, so that's just about 93 watts that the CPU uses to mine, so that's not too bad. So I've had the system running on NiceHash, both GPU and CPU mining. As you can see, for GPU, it swapped it over to Neoscrypt, and it's doing just around 1.286 megahash on Neoscrypt. The total output is just about $1.45 a day, which isn't too bad. And when you look at power usage, it's about 310 watts. So that's not too bad. Drawing 310 watts, making $1.45 a day. Depending on where you live, that could be pretty profitable. I know it's not as profitable as it used to be, but let's just dive into the numbers before I get depressed about how unprofitable all of this shit is right now. Alright, so here we are back at my desk. As usual, I've got my document on the left-hand side of the screen here. Remember, today is April 2nd, 2018, so these numbers will only be accurate for pretty much today. You guys already know this stuff changes on a daily basis. But the numbers up here, these don't change. Your hash rate always stays the same. So for Equihash, we're doing 530 sols. On Neoscrypt, we're doing 1,286 kilohash. On Lyra 2, we're doing 46.6 megahash, and on Ethash, we're doing 31.5 megahash. On our CPU, we're testing Cryptonight. That was through the NiceHash miner, and that is doing 384 hash. I'm sorry I forgot to test Cryptonight on the GPU. I definitely will include that next time around. I only included it on CPU this time just to see if it was even profitable at all, and I know with the ASICs coming in on Cryptonight and all that stuff, it's really killing profitability, so I don't really think anyone's going to be mining on Cryptonight anyway with CPUs or GPUs. So the system at the system at idle is 70 watts. That's just about 17 cents. I am calculating electricity at the national average of 10 cents per kilowatt hour. That's what it is here in the US. If the system is CPU mining, the total draw is 163 watts, which is about 39 cents a day. And the entire system mining on the GPU is 230 watts, and that's about 55 cents a day. If you're both CPU and GPU mining, that's 310 watts total. On Equihash, our sols per watt, we're doing 2.3 sol per watt. And I know earlier when I showed you guys the DST miner, it was saying 4 sol per watt. You have to keep in mind, that's looking at the GPU usage alone. If you have a PC on and it's built specifically for mining, the best thing to do is have as many GPUs as possible, because remember, that idle power is being carried by the GPUs. The GPUs have to pay for that power. So that's what I calculate in here always. So on Ethash, we're doing 0.13 megahash per watt. On Neoscrypt, we're doing 5.5 kilohash per watt. And on Lyra 2, we're doing 0.2 megahash per watt. On Cryptonight, remember, on the CPU, we're doing 0.42 hash per watt. So I'm going to look at the most profitable coins as of right now according to what to mine. You guys already know. What to mine is not the end-all and be-all when it comes to picking what coin to mine. It's just a good place to get a basic average. So on Equihash, the most profitable Equihash coin is Zencash, and that is doing $1.31 a day. After electricity, we're doing $1.76 in profit, which is terrible compared to what it used to be, but I mean, that is the reality that we live in now. Neoscrypt, we're doing $1.31 a day. After Electric, $1.76, and that is on GoByte. Now, I do have all these in order from most profitable to least profitable. Lira 2, we're doing $1.15 a day after electricity. That's 60 cents, and that is on Verge coin, I believe. Yes? Yeah, Verge. On Ethash, we're doing 94 cents a day on the most profitable Ethash coin, and that is Ethereum, of course, and that's 39 cents a day. Now, on NiceHash, since so many people asked for it, I decided to test the system on it too. So, GPU alone, we're doing $1.18 a day, and after electricity, that's 63 cents. So, it is quite a lot less than something like Zencash. On CPU alone, we're doing negative 14 cents. You did not hear me wrong. Negative 14 cents. The Xeon, as efficient as it was back in the day, on modern standards, especially next to something like a Ryzen 7 1700X, it is just not as efficient as it could be. Keep in mind, it is a 8-core 16-thread CPU, so it is powerful, just not as powerful and as efficient as newer gen stuff. If you're both GPU and CPU mining, you're making $1.45 a day, and after electricity, it's about 74 cents a day. So when you compare that to something like Equihash, where you're getting 76 cents, now it's starting to make a little bit more sense, especially for the fact that obviously when you get your Zen, you then have to trade that into Bitcoin and or into Litecoin or whatever you want to trade it into, and then trade that into your Coinbase account and then turn it into US dollars. So I know there's a ton of fees, and before you know it, you're not getting exactly 76 cents a day. So the nice thing about NiceHash is that they already give you BTC, but then I think there's also fees from NiceHash and all this other stuff. So we can dive into fees and how to deal with all that stuff another day in another video. If you guys want to see that, definitely let me know. I think that's it as far as my document here goes. And as far as the video that I was talking about earlier, about building this crazy desk PC with all of these random GPUs, which are like 580s, 570s, 1060s, 1080s, and stuff like that. If you guys want to see this, tell me. I'd love to make this. This is such a cool idea. Other than that, I don't really think I have any other announcements. I will be doing an NVIDIA GPU comparison. So everything from a GT 1030 all the way up to a 1080 Ti. I'm going to compare all of them mining-wise, but it is taking a little while to compile all that information. So bear with me. Hopefully I can have that out soon. But if you guys want to see this, I could probably knock this one out faster. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy. Have a good day.